Yes, hello, I'm Andy Carter. I'm the Member of Parliament for Warrington South, and I'm also the chair of the Commercial Radio APPG. That means I have to come here to Parliament and talk about radio. I listen to a bit of both. So before I became an MP, I worked in radio. So I've always, probably from about the same age as you, I've always liked the radio. But I do listen to podcasts because I travel on the train quite a bit as well, and sometimes the reception on the train's not very good. So is your podcast all about looking at the future?
Yeah, basically.
Wow, that's really good. That's funny because this is all about the future of radio.
Yeah,
so that just works perfectly.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I've interviewed a local radio station. We talked about how younger people don't listen to the radio as much, and to keep it up to date, radio may need to include video, be available as shorter podcasts, and include new technology. Do you have any ideas about the future of radio?
I think, you know, it's really great that you're thinking about things like that, because actually here in Parliament today we're talking about the future of radio, and if you look behind me there's loads and loads of old people talking about the future of radio, and it's great that somebody as young as you is thinking about it as well. I think all the things you've just talked about there are really, really important. It's not just about speaking and listening in your ears. Today we listen to our radio on our phones, so we can look at video, we can link into so many other things as well. So I think you probably hit the nail on the head. It's not just going to be about listening, it's going to be about engaging with other ways of doing it as well, on our tablets, on our iPhones, our iPads, so that we can have that full experience of radio.
Yeah, I agree. It's very important. Well, nowadays we've got technology like that to access radio and not have to pay.
That's really important. Yeah, I think that's really important.
Hello, my name is George Butler and I work at Radio Centre and the station Fun Kids, and I work on the Young Audio Awards as well.
Hi, my name is Phil McGarvey. I'm a producer at Radio 2 and I'm one of the producers of the Young Audio Awards as well.
Can I ask you one of my questions?
I would love that, Jack.
Through doing my podcast, my confidence has improved a lot with public speaking and also learning to edit and use technology. Do you think that we should be helping children to make their own audio in schools, and how would they do that?
I think that is a great idea, Jack, and for a number of reasons. As you said, firstly, it is, as you can probably testify to, easier to do, I think, than most people think. Because if you have a microphone, that's great. If you don't, you can use your phone or a tablet. There's free editing software. It's super easy to do, but what I think is best about it is that it brings out the creativity in people. They can think about and plan their show, their radio show or podcast or drama or whatever they want to do, and then they can actually make it, actually turn it into reality, record it and edit it. And I think it brings out a lot of good skills, creativity. And Phil will tell you, as a producer, all of the other kind of skills that need to go into creating a bit of audio, and it's really good for that, I think.
My name is Thomas Cridland. I'm a Young Audio winner.
People's attention spans are a lot shorter nowadays, especially with social media. This is a challenge when you're trying to attract new listeners like me.
Well, I think you need a great hook, something to hook your audience within the first few seconds, especially with social media like TikTok, where people are constantly scrolling up. You need something that they instantly catches their attention, whether that's like a hint of something later on. But once you've got that attention in the first few seconds, you've got them for the rest of for however long your piece is.
My name is Lloydie James Lloyd, better just known as Lloydie, because otherwise it's a mouthful, and I am the content controller of Fun Kids, which is the UK's national children's radio station.
Cool, it's an important job you've got there. Everybody learns in different ways. I learned this by doing things and reading, but also by listening. Research shows that young children and people with neurodiverse conditions understand better and learn new words more easily when listening to a story or audiobook than just by reading a book alone. So do you think that we should be including things like this on major radio stations?
You're absolutely right. We should be including things like this on major radio stations. One of the things that we do at Fun Kids is encourage storytelling, and we have a podcast called Story Quest, which every week produces a brand new, never heard before story, often from suggestions from our own listeners. So young people get to say, I want to hear a story about a dragon that has green hats, and we will write that story and we will tell it to them.